What you're hearing from America's European allies is not cowardice, it's a calculation. They've heard over the past year Donald Trump insult and demean and offend them. They've heard him treat the NATO alliance not as a group of nations who came together many decades ago around a set of shared ideas and values, around the idea of democracy, around the idea of freedom, around the idea of freedom of speech and the rule of law, but instead like a club whose members owe him money because they haven't paid their dues. They've also heard Donald Trump treat NATO as if it were not the product of a long history and as if NATO allies had never sacrificed on behalf of the United States. He doesn't seem to feel the weight of history or the responsibility of the leader of this alliance. He speaks of NATO actually as if he were not a member, as if he's somehow negotiating with NATO. So what you're hearing from Europeans now is their own calculation, their own reaction to a year's worth of this kind of treatment and this kind of language. They're saying, we know that if we send our soldiers and sailors and ships into the Gulf, if we make sacrifices, they won't be remembered. They know that Donald Trump won't value their contribution, he won't care about it, and a few months from now, he might not remember it at all.
I will never set foot in the United States again. This trip to the White House was the most humiliating meeting of my political career. As the Prime Minister of Japan, I traveled to the United States with full sincerity to meet with our ally, only to be met with a series of disrespectful and dismissive treatments. Upon my arrival at the White House, they did not even prepare an official welcome ceremony. I was made to enter discreetly through a side entrance, as if we were nothing more than insignificant visitors. What infuriated me even more was that Trump openly joked about the Pearl Harbor attack right in front of me, showing complete disregard for how embarrassed I would be. During the subsequent talks, Trump firmly demanded that we must cooperate with the United States in its military operations against Iran. He even used Japan's crude oil supply as leverage to coerce Japan into getting involved in an irrelevant war. In this so-called ally meeting, I saw no negotiation or respect whatsoever, only one-sided humiliation and demands. I will never set foot in the United States again.
Shalom, Yisrael, it's your brother Darash Shamat, and I'm back to another lesson. Good spirit and power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Before we get started, I want to say Kol Halayim La, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rikar Kudash, and double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone for bringing all this truth, and shalom to the whole for elect, which includes 144,000 rest of elect out there scattered around the world, including those speckled bird Israelites who may look like the other nations but are not, and this is not a black thing. You are who you are through the seed of your fathers, and the Israelites, they were scattered all around this world, mixed with these nations, and so they look like these nations, okay? But this word goes out to the 12 tribes scattered abroad because the scriptures were only written unto the nation of Israel. Now, you see the intro videos. But the title of this one is going to be A Snare is Laid Under Thee, okay? So we see the way Esau Edom is moving, the way he's puffing at people, talking crazy to people, you know, acting like the bully, okay, even amongst his own allies, that he's pushing people away, he's isolating himself, okay? Yeah, they still holding on, but they looking at him side-eye right now, okay? And we know what the scriptures say, okay, he gonna be betrayed, okay? They gonna bring him to the border, all right? And so we have to understand that these nations, you know, they being crafty with Esau, you know, he like the big dog right now, all right? So they want to bring him down, all right? But this man, he's moving foolishly, okay? His counsel is failing right now. He's used to everything going his way. He's not used to getting judgment, all right? So we're about to see, you know, the judgment of Esau Edom, the downfall of our enemies. That's, you know, what's coming to pass, okay? And you see some examples of the disrespect, you know, that he's showing. I mean, I'm sure if you've been paying attention, watching the news, you've seen the disrespect to these other nations, you know, over and over and over again, especially from DJT, okay? But the example in one of these videos would be the Japanese prime minister, the Ammonite. She was like, I ain't never coming back to America. All right? So these nations go distance themselves. Okay, he trying to draw, his allies into war. And it's all come down from them Amalekites over there in the Holy Land. All right, they are, the masterminds behind all of this. But really and truly, it's just the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So, I'm going to go into this topic, and we'll start off with Job, the 18th chapter. So, Job 18 and verse 7, it says, "The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down." Okay? So, Esau Edom, he is that man who is saying, "Oh, let my strength be the law of justice, and that which is feeble is found nothing worth." Okay? Because he's strong, he feel like I could do whatever I want, and I can't get in trouble for it. All right, let that have been anybody else but Esau in them EP files. They would have been under the jail. Okay, but since it's Esau, that's fake news or something like that. Like, nothing happened. All right, nothing. Not even a slap on the wrist. It's crazy. Okay, that prince dude over there in England, got stripped of his title. Got arrested, but that's it. Okay. Like, these are offenses that were worthy of being sent to the upper room, to the Heavenly Father. All right? But it just shows you how backwards this world is. It said, "The steps of his strength shall be straightened." Okay? And so, straightened, talking about he going to be in distress. He going to be in straits. He putting himself in a difficult place. Okay? Because, what is his blessing? His blessing is a sword, so he's leading with that. He's leading with his strength, and he's going to put himself in a terrible place, in a difficult place. Okay? Everybody going to come against this man. The whole world is going to rise up against this man. All right? It says, "And his own counsel shall cast him down." All right? So his counsel is turned to foolishness. Okay? He thinks that his counsel going to get him out of this. There's no counsel against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. I mean, he gave you the very thoughts that you're having. All right? So Esau Edom is basically walking into his own demise. That's what's really happening. All right? So if we go to Jeremiah 49, in the verse 7, it says, "Concerning Edom," who is the Edomite? Predominantly the so-called white man. But like I said in the intro, you are who you are through the seed of your father. So they're chocolate-covered Edomites. Okay, they're Edomites that look like Asians. Okay, they're Edomites, that look, you would think they were African. Okay? There's Edomites everywhere. But this says, "Concerning Edom, thus said Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman?" Who were the wise men? Okay, they were, thought to be really smart. And Teman, we identify those with the Germans because they, have shown themselves to be smart, prudent people. Okay? And it says, "Is counsel perished from the prudent?" Okay? So you're supposed to be wise. Like, why are you moving like this? Why are you moving so foolishly? And the interesting thing is about that, DJ Trump's ancestors come from Germany. And it says, "Is their wisdom vanished?" And yes, you're seeing advantages. It's like, what are you doing? You didn't calculate that attacking this country would affect the whole world, including yourself, and raise all these prices? Okay, you didn't calculate that they was gonna fight back? What DJ Trump said? He said, "Oh, well, I didn't think they would, start hitting all these other countries." Well, what else they gonna hit? You using these other bases in these other countries? Like, come on, where's the wisdom? Verse 8. "Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him." All right? So that judgment is coming upon Esau. Okay, that one he's, been escaping, since the garden. Okay? And we'll touch on that later. And it says, "The time that I will visit him." Okay? What you go do when the Most High shall visit you? All right? Now, let's go to Genesis chapter 4. Okay? Because Esau's not used to getting judgment. Let's see the origin of that and how we end up in this situation of having this spoiled child. The scriptures say if you spare the rod, you spoil the child. And so Esau, Edom, hasn't been getting punished at all. And so he has become spoiled. So here's the origin of that. And Cain said unto Yahweh, my punishment is greater than I can bear. So all the way back then, he's like, I can't take this punishment. Yeah, I murked my brother, but I can't take this punishment. Like, come on. This is insane. This is me. I can't have that. Not me. Okay, it don't matter what I did. I can't be punished like this. All right? That's the spirit on Esau, like a child. Okay? Want to terrorize the whole world, commit all of these atrocities, but don't want nobody to point the finger at him. Don't want any judgment. Verse 14, behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond. Okay? A fugitive running from justice, a vagabond, a wanderer, going all over, never keeping at home. That's Esau Edom. Look at him all the way on the other side of the world. Got bases in everybody else's territory. Always invading somebody's business. Toppling governments. Okay? Causing uprisings. Okay? Taking lives. That's Esau. And if you don't understand it, okay, through the spirit, okay, Cain and Esau are the same spirit. Okay? Because we are reincarnated beings. Okay? There's no end of all the people, as the scriptures say. So your spirit continually comes back. All right? And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And Yahweh said unto him, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And Yahweh set a mark on Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. Okay? And that mark is that pale skin. That's his curse. Okay? That's why these, pale-skinned devils get treated more leniently than anybody else on the planet, regardless of the atrocities that they do, because they are reserved unto the judgment that the Heavenly Father has set up for. They are the people of his curse. That mark, their skin was a curse, that pale skin that they're so proud of, trying to make themselves be, the perception of beauty, when actually they're a walking abomination and they don't understand that. Okay? So let's get it. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 5. And it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which is the Greek way of saying Edom, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. And the people of his curse are these Edomites. You see, that mark that he put upon Cain was a curse. Okay, so that he would be reserved unto this judgment that is coming. Okay, he think that the Heavenly Father is altogether one like him because he hasn't been punished, but that's not so. He's been reserved for a specific, harsh judgment. Verse 6, the sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Basra. Okay, it was a city in Edom. And modern day Basra is America. Okay, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Okay, and this is going to happen via the missiles, the ICBM nuclear missiles. This place is going to get smoked. It's going to turn into the lake of fire. The earth will rock to and forth like a drunkard. All right, that's what's coming. Now let's go back to Job. Job chapter 18 and verse 8. Let's do 8 through 10. And it says, for he is cast into a net by his own feet. Okay? So it's by his doing, the way he's moving, he is going to trap himself up. Okay? He walketh upon a snare. He don't even understand that he walking into the trap, man. And he doing it. All right? He being set up for the okie doke. The jinn, another trap. Okay? Shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. Okay, and the robber, so these other nations, they go spoil him. All right, they ain't gonna leave nothing for him. Okay, the snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. All right, there's a trap in his path and he can't avoid it. Think about that Project Looking Glass stuff when they was trying to find an alternate outcome to all of this. There's no ultimate outcome. They are going down. This is the end of their world. All right, they're going straight for the trap and they can't avoid it. That's it. It's some final destination stuff. All right, his destiny is set. All right, so let's get Psalms chapter 7, verse 15. And it says, he made a pit and digged it and is fallen into the ditch which he made. All right, so he is that person who's trying to set a trap for people, okay? Thinking that, he gonna catch everybody else in it. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna make this mark, and then I'm gonna fix the world up so that everybody have to take it. I'm gonna cause all of these wars. I'm gonna release all of these diseases. I'm gonna do all of this stuff to get everybody under my control, to lower the population, to be able to rule everybody, to establish, my kingdom. The Amalekites over there want to establish those so-called biblical borderlines that they want. All right, man. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh Shem Yahushua go strike him through with the iron weapon, man. All right. You think he about to get it all, but he not. All right? It's a pipe dream. It's a fantasy, man. It's a madman with a delusion. That's Esau Edom. All right? He can't have it, but that's what he want. But he's not going to get it. He can't. It's not for him. Verse 16, his mischief shall return upon his own head. All the evil devices and schemes, but to come back upon him. And his violent dealing shall come down on his own plate. Oh, because thou hast not hated blood, blood shall pursue thee. Oh, you moving like this? You doing all these atrocities, murk and churn, okay? Doing unspeakable things to children and the innocent. That's just like Amalek, who came up from the backside when the Israelites were trying to pass. Okay? They started murking the weak, the elderly, the feeble. That's Edom. And then they try to hide their hand after that. They know what they're doing. They're just trying to portray themselves as being decent. And basically, how would you say, how you build up somebody's tolerance for something, just expose them to a little bit at a little bit, and then reveal how wicked they truly are? That's how Esau moving right now. Now, we already know he wicked. Okay, he is the wicked, as the scriptures say. So let's go to the book of Obadiah. Okay, chapter 1, verse 5. And it says, if thieves came to thee, those robbers, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? How you ain't got nothing left, man? That's crazy. You ever heard of a thief that took everything from them? They took the whole house. They didn't even leave nothing. They took the milk in the fridge with the cereal and the spoon in the bowl too. That's crazy, man. It's unheard of. All right? And it says, would they not have stolen till they had enough? Like, come on, man. Like, what you mean they took everything, man? They took the trash in the trash can too? That don't make sense, man. Why would they take everything from you, Esau? If grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? Wouldn't they leave something? Like, who that thorough? Okay, even in the Old Testament, when people had, fruits and stuff growing, they didn't gather everything. They left something for the poor, okay? And a thief, he coming for some specific stuff, and he out. You don't just take everything. But everything is about to be taken from Esau. Every single thing. Okay? It says, verse 6, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Okay? How about Shem Yahshua revealed his secrets to his servants and the prophets? All right? Esau is being exposed. His own tongue shall fall on themselves. They telling on themselves, man. Okay? Verse 7. All men of thy confederacy, these nations that you got around you, especially that crafty counsel from Psalms 83, have brought thee to the border. Oh, they done set you up for the trap. They got you right there. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. ooh. They was like, ooh, he's strong. We got to take down the leader. This is what we gonna do. We gonna go with him, and then we gonna get him alone, and then we gonna rain down all hell on him. All right. It says, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread. Think about how DJ Trump be like, yeah, we are NATO. We fund everything. We give so many billions. Without us, y'all ain't nothing. Okay? He was like that training day speech with Denzel. All right? He just like all proud and puffed up, man. All right? That's how Esau Edom be moving, even against his own people. Okay? It says, they that eat thy bread have let a wound under thee, that trap. There is none understanding in him. He don't get it. He don't understand that he being set up for the okie doke. He don't get that he about to get got. But he about to be turned on. They done deceived him. All right? And then Revelation 17, okay, going into the EU, all right, dealing with NATO. Here we go. EU, because it said the 10 horns. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. And the whore is America, Babylon the Great. And it says, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Speaking of the missiles, for power had put it in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and to give their kingdom to the beast until the words of the power shall be fulfilled. Okay? So only until a point in time, they was going to let the beast, use their kingdom. And then at the end, Yahweh Shem Shai go flip that switch. They go turn on Babylon the Great, shoot them missiles, and this place going to be up in smoke, up in flames, turned into the lake of fire. Now let's go to Job once again. Continue. Job chapter 18, verse 11. And it says, terrors shall make him afraid on every side and shall drive him to his feet. Think about that fight or flight response, man. You're like, ooh, what you gonna do, Esau? You gonna fight? You gonna fly? All right? These people go turn against him. Every hand of the wicked shall be upon him. All right? He just pissing all of these people off, talking all recklessly, running up in people's countries, snatching people president, taking their women, all right? Doing many atrocities to their children. You got to pay for that, man. You can be like, wait, how could judgment be happening to me? And then you going to see Esau really wig out, boy. All right, you going to see who that devil is, man. Because he like, I can't be getting judged. Not me. It's them Israelites' fault. It's them. They the problem. They the reason I'm going through all of this. Let's go to Job 20, verse 22. And it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm finally about to get it. I got almost everybody chipped. Gave them the potato chip. Oh, yeah, I'm almost about to establish my new borders over there at the Holy Land. He should be in straits. Oh, no, I'm in this difficult position right now, man. I don't know if I get out of this. Every hand of the wicked, man, where wicked is going into the workers, shall come upon him. All right? These people he oppressed, all right? When he is about to fill his belly, man, like, yeah, I'm finally about to get it done. Power shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He ain't even gonna get to enjoy his meal. All right? He about to get wrecked. Now let's go back to Job chapter 18, verse 12. And it says, his strength shall be hunger bitten. Okay, so he gonna get weaker. Okay, he gonna be in a weakened state. All right, hunger bitten. Okay, so this man, you're not at your full strength when you're hungry. All right, so he's gonna be weakened. All right, and destruction shall be ready at his side. What's that saying? Oh, they smell blood in the water. They coming. The shark's coming. That's how these other nations gonna be coming at DJ Trump. I'm not specifically DJ Trump. We don't know how long he got, but I'm talking about like Babylon and the Amalekites, okay? AKA America is Babylon, okay? And the Amalekites, the people over there in their Holy Land doing all them atrocities, all right? And it says, his strength shall be hunger bidden and destruction shall be ready at his side, man, okay? At the ready. Now let's get it. So let's see how this could play out. So this is Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 1, and it says, woe to thee that spoilest. Okay, because that's what he's doing with these nations. When he overthrowing their governments, okay, blocking their oil supply, got them people in Cuba on the blackout, okay, done caused all of these civil wars, to set up puppet governments, all of these things behind the scenes. Thou was not spoiled. So you spoiled all these nations, but you wasn't spoiled. And dealest treacherously, having peace talks, and then you're murking people during the peace talks, starting up a war, just like how you did with the Native Americans. That's why the scripture said, never trust thine enemy. For as iron rusted, so doeth his wickedness. They deal not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. So when he find like, all right, man, yeah, I done messed y'all up for 100 years, 200 years or something like that. But let's be at peace now, I'm good now. I don't want to fight no more, Like, yeah, we don't need to do this no more. But I'm going to be in charge, though. All right? So we cool? All right. Let's go home. Don't nobody shoot no missiles, okay? But they go deal treacherously with that man. All right? Just wait. Let's go to Habakkuk. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 7. It says, shall not they rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, in wait that shall vex thee? They gonna be a problem unto Esau, Edom, boy. And thou shalt be for booties unto them, spoiled. You gonna be spoiled unto them, man. All right? That get back is coming for Esau, Edom. Because thou hast spoiled many nations. So this is judgment, that payback for what you have done. Still to this day, you spoiling nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. That vengeance is coming. Because of men's blood, for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. So this is payback for all of the stuff you've done. You thought that you was going to escape. You ain't getting away, Esau, Edom. All right? There's a judgment against this family, Esau, Edom, these Edomites. And y'all ain't but to remove y'all necks. Not from this one, man. This judgment coming from Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Let's get 1 Thessalonians 5:3. And it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Okay? So, first starting off with these 2/3, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, everything going to be good now. We took the potato chip, the micro C hip. All right, we took it, and now everything good. We going to have peace now, all of this stuff. Boom, sudden destruction, Esau, Edom. He gonna be, oh yeah, we just want peace now. We good. Okay, we gonna stop, lying to y'all and dealing treacherous. We gonna stop stealing y'all presidents. We ain't gonna just bomb y'all in the middle of the night no more. We gonna remove all our agents that be, messing up y'all country and all of that stuff like that. And then boom, sudden destruction, man. So it's coming. Just you wait. Let's go back to Job, chapter 18. Verse 13, it says, it shall devour the strength of his skin. So you go get weak, man. Even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. So who's coming back? And let's go take down Esau, Edom. The firstborn of death. Let's see. Let's go to the book of Colossians, chapter 1, verse 15. Who is the image of the invisible power? The firstborn of every creature. Oh, that's Yahweh Shai. For by him were all things created. See, Yahweh made Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai made everything else that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. So, all things were created by Yahweh Shai and for Yahweh Shai. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist. And some of you knuckleheaded Israelites out there think that you don't need to worship Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is worthy of worship. Okay, he made you. Verse 18. He is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have the preeminence. So he is first, man. He before us, man. That's our king. He made us. Put some respect on his name. Now, let's go to Isaiah chapter 63. When Yahushua come back. It said, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? Speaking of America, why is his garments dyed? That is glorious in his apparel. Coming in his strength, man. Traveling the greatness of his strength. He on the chariot. I that speak righteousness and mighty to save. So Yahweh Shai means he saves or he delivers. That's who it's talking about. Okay? Now we go see why his garments are dyed. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treaded in the wine fat. So this is symbolic for blood. Symbolic for him destroying his enemies. You ever watch the old school war movies where they are soldiers out there fighting, and then at the end of the fight they sprinkled in their enemies' bloods? That's what this is symbolically describing. But is Yahweh Shai actually going to have these heathens, in 2/3 blood on them? No. All right? It's symbolic. And he go destroy them. And that's what's going to happen. But these filthy humans ain't about to put their blood on Yahweh Shai. Verse 3. I have trodden the winepress alone. Of the people there was none with me. Okay? So we ain't going to have nothing to boast about. We can't be like, yeah, I was, doing this. Yahweh Shai. He go get all the praise, glory. Okay? For saving us. For I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury. And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. He about to do some damage out here, man. When Yahweh Shai come back, it's murking season. The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. All right? It ain't about to be nothing nice. It says, for the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. And whenever I read that the day of vengeance is in my heart and the year of my redeemed is come, I always think about Yahweh Shai up there in the heavens, just got it on his mind, man. Like when he sit down in the throne and he's not doing his priestly duties, he just like, man, it's on sight when I see them heathens, Paul. That's just what I be imagining, man. Like, I know when he come back, that's going to be something to see, man. Y'all right to I'm up there on that sea of glass looking down, watching it. Because I sure don't want to be on the receiving end of that judgment from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Let's go back to Job chapter 18, verse 14. It's like it. And this will be it. It says, his confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. All right? So his confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, okay, his house, his home, okay. Speaking of Esau, Edom, think about Babylon the Great, okay. Look how proud they is of this place. Like, oh, this is a natural fortress. And we over here, we got our Monroe Doctrine. We got the seas over here. You know, we isolated, we protected. Oh, they Iran can't reach us over here. They can only hit our bases over there. That's how the people get so complacent and feel like they safe over here in Babylon. Okay, and don't take nothing serious. All right. It shall bring him to the king of terrors. All right, he ain't gonna be safe here. All right, and the king of terrors is Yahweh. Okay? And ain't nothing you could do when Yahweh put his hand on you for judgment. You cooked, you done. You go drink the dregs of that cup. Okay, and you best believe Esau Edom is going to experience some terror. So I hope this short lesson was edifying. Shalom, Yasharal, it's your brother Darashamath, affiliate of the GMS Boise, Idaho camp. Shalom.